Okay, Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And salutation you came out there that pushes word in truth and in sincerity. And we have a lot of things going on concerning wars, you know, the Ukraine war, and that shit that happened in Russia the other day, where it was they hit the Kremlin trying to assassinate Vladimir Putin. Whether it was a false flag, they get Putin to raise the stakes and start using heavier weapons, or the United States was stupid enough to carry out, you know, a strike on the Kremlin to try to assassinate Vladimir Putin, because Ukraine has no military might to do that. So it had to be either NATO or the United States, or it could have been a false flag carried out by the Kremlin so they could, you know, bring more war and more death. Who knows? But I doubt if Vladimir Putin tried to inflict damage on his own building and his own resting quarters. So it had to be either the United States or NATO, because the Ukrainian government, they ain't got the goddamn balls. Or I shouldn't say they ain't got the balls. They ain't got the military might to carry out such an attack, because their military might has been depleted. You know. Then we have the situation with the debt ceiling coming up June 1st, whereas they talking about they're gonna have to raise. They're gonna vote on the debt ceiling to raise the debt. You know, the U.S. debt, raise the ceiling so they can, you know, print more money and further enslave the people by debt. You know, but how long that's going to last? Because now we got the deadline, and it all makes sense, man. There's a deadline for the CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency, which is July 1st, and they're going to implement that, you know. And it all makes sense how they doing it with the debt ceiling. You know, how you got the BRICS nations coming up against America, so they trying to devalue the dollar. They're not trying to devalue they are what you call, they are in opposition of the U.S. dollar. All these different nations are joining the BRICS nations and turning their back on the U.S. and their dollar, which the U.S. government enjoyed. The U.S. government enjoyed having that economic hegemony over the whole earth for the past, since the Bretton Woods meetings. You know, after World War II, the Bretton Woods meetings, where they made the United States currency, the world reserve currency. Where if you want to trade anything, you have to use the American dollar. You have to trade in dollars. But Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin is putting a stop to that, because you got all these different nations that want to join the BRICS and turning their back on even their own allies, such as France, turning their back, joining NATO. Well, not joining NATO, slack it, joining China, Xi Jinping, whatever his name is, you know, making political ties and economic ties with the Chinese government. So everything is circling the drain for America, man. The morale is at an all-time low in America. You see what's happening is you have all these shootings, different shootings, you know, whereas, you know, the law that's putting certain people to death. It was one particular shooting that happened in I think it was Georgia, and in the hospital, where some dude was getting his meds. He was in the military. He was all bugged out of his mind, you know. He had meds. He was on meds, and it was the wrong meds they gave him, so he was bugging out. He's with his mom's. He pulled out a gun, shot 4 women, you know. And then I think he got apprehended, you know. But there's all kind of crazy bugged out incidents you have with people losing their mind, man. And the law controls everything. The law put the spirit on certain individuals to do things. You know, you got Job 33 and 14. The Most High set for man's instructions, what he gonna do the next day while he's sleeping. So the Lord put the spirit on that dude that shot them 4 women up in that hospital. Also, the Lord put the spirit on whoever launched that drone attack on the Kremlin. The Lord controls everything, man. The Lord controls everything. So the Lord put the spirit on whoever to do what they did to try to assassinate Vladimir Putin, if that's the case. Or if it's not the case, the Lord put the spirit on this person or people, a group of people to do that, to carry out that mission to try to assassinate Vladimir Putin. Or whatever how it went down, whether it was a false flag and they try to use that to amp up the the stakes in the military, how they going to ramp up and use more hardcore weapons. We all know that these Edomites, whether they Russian Edomites or European Edomites or American Edomites, they don't play fair, man. You know, they the devil. And their blessing was the sword, all of them. From the Russian Edomites to the European Edomites to the American Edomites. They all brothers and they always given the blessing of the sword. You know, but we see the Lord is assembling or gathering them nations to come together, that assembly of great nations to come up against America. Jeremiah 50:9. You know, I mean, we see it clear as day. You got all these different nations, you know, South Africa, Ethiopia, Libya, all these nations was done wrong by America. Libya, Ethiopia, you know. Now they want to send troops to Haiti. You see, they got a little proxy war going on in Haiti where they send in economic hitmen or whatever they're going to do to get their puppet leaders to do what they're doing so they can invade Haiti, man. You know, it's getting crazy, man. It's getting crazy, and it's all designed to bring and usher in their new world order. You know, do wars, rumors of wars. You ain't actually got to pull a trigger to get people in fear. You can scare them. You can scare them. And that's exactly what's happening with this devil, man. These devils, they don't play fair, man. You know? And they poison in the air, poison in the water. The other day, you had the Lord stirring up the pot. You had some Edomite, but looked like an Edomite, choke out some homeless Jake, because he was asking for money, being all erratic on the train. And that's bringing people, you know, getting people in the uproar. They all pissed off over that, you know? And now they protesting for that right there. So you got uproars of the people, and people are not measuring the times. Why? Because the Lord don't want them to measure the time, because they're going to be taken in a great number pursuant to 2nd Ezra 5:1. Pursuant to 2nd Ezra 9:1, we supposed to measure the times diligently in itself. We see all these things coming to pass and happening, so why not be on point? Why not be circumspect? But Jake, they're too busy, you know. They got, we approaching the latter end of the spring, going into the summer. So now we're gonna have the hot girl summer again. We're gonna have everybody trying to live their best life, because the summertime they planning on traveling here, traveling there. Nobody's worried about what's going on throughout the four corners of the earth, because their mind is bent on mirth. But meanwhile, Esau, the so-called white man, is sharpening the sword. And the Lord is working on the minds of all these Edomites to sharpen that sword. And that's why we see mock military drills here, mock military drills there. Then you got the alphabet people doing what they do. The Most High is stirring things up, man. Bottom line, the Lord is stirring things. The Lord Yahweh, why Yahweh Shah is stirring things up. And those who are not on point, those who are not being circumspect, is going to be taken. Because miseries are coming. Pursuant to 2nd Ezra 8:50. Miseries are coming, man. Many great miseries are coming. And a lot of you are going to be taken. Hey, it's somewhat sad, but I ain't mad. Because you got camps out here. You got multiple videos up on YouTube, on Rumble, Odyssey. Even TikTok now. So there's no excuse, man. There's no excuse of why you couldn't get this truth. You didn't want it. The problem is you don't want to get the truth, because you stuck in your folly. Boy, that's going to soon end, man. So, you know, a couple of words, you know, I'm staking out, you know, thinking, so I said, figure I just press the play button and just record, you know, because all hell's about to break loose real soon. Real soon. And just watch and pray. And pray that the Lord deliver you from the set destruction that's coming, because it's coming. Fast, too. So I'm at my destination. So with that, hey, shalom.